What up? What up? What up? Strike League Podcast, man. Episode number 128. It's your boy, Randy Little. I organize and edit and upload this here podcast. And if you new, welcome. If you've been riding for a while, shout out to you. No matter where in the world you at. Mexico, Canada, Antarctica, South America, Japan, Korea, China, Germany, France, Russia, Africa, Australia. Shout out to you. On this, man, this is kind of like Rec League Podcast meets Goosebumps meets Are You Afraid of the Dark meets Unsolved Mysteries in this motherfucker. Me, Nick, Rocket. Nick takes the lead, and we talk about some very eerie connections to people that have worked with BillyBobThornton. You just gotta watch. You just gotta listen. It's crazy. It's crazy coincidence. Let me say that off top. We're not making light of. We're not joking about, man. We're just pointing out the weird, unfortunate things that have happened to castmates of BillyBobThornton. Recently, in a theater, we have had, let me see, the weekend of January the 12th. I want to say the Mean Girls musical came out, The Beekeeper came out, The Book of Clarence came out. We had Lift on streaming, and I feel like it was like one or two more releases that weekend. That weekend was stupid crowded. This past weekend, some shit called The ISS came out. I don't know what that's about. Like, is it in space? I know Ariana DeBose is in it. This upcoming weekend, the weekend of January the 26th, that Miller's Girl movie with Jenna Ortega and Martin Freeman, that like it doesn't know if it wants to be like Poison Ivy or like some sort of seductive comedy or something. It looks like some teeny Twilight type stuff. And then the weekend of the 2nd of February, Matthew Vaughn comes back with Argyle, which looks insanely fun to me. That's the weekend of the next podcast. Physical media. On the 9th of January, Criterion dropped The Blood Simple on 4K. Varsity Blues got a 4K. A very lazily packaged Eddie Murphy Raw came out. I haven't seen anybody that's bought that. A couple re-releases. 16th, this past Tuesday, January the 16th, Trolls Band Together came out. Looks like Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, got a steelbook. Is that a 4K steelbook? I don't know. Like, not really anything else came out this past Tuesday. It's all Trolls, like special editions and bullshit. The final season of Billions got a DVD. I don't know why it's on the Blu-ray page. This upcoming Tuesday, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 is coming out. Special Ops Lioness, I think that was a Paramount Plus show, got a physical release. Lawman Bass Reeves also got a physical release. And then the last Tuesday of January, the 30th, is pretty stacked for what I want to buy. Thanksgiving is coming out. Warner Archive is putting Joe's Apartment on Blu-ray. Silent Night from John Woo is coming out. I see Rover Dangerfield, an animated movie that I vaguely remember from the early 90s. Monk Season 3 is coming out from Kino Labor. Eileen with Anne Hathaway is coming out. and again some more re-releases. So yeah, I'll be back. We'll get into this morbid ass topic that Nick presented to the group, and I wanted to flip into an episode. It is in fact Rec League Podcast. And we back. Triple threat. Surprise, Nick. This is gonna be your episode to steer. But did I miss any like new trailers or headlines or anything we should cover?
No.
Didn't think so.
No, I don't have any.
No award reactions?
No. Not yet. I'll have my award reactions in 3 days. Or 2 days? 3 days?
The Oscar nominations drop in 2 days.
Yeah. I will have my thoughts on those in 2 days.
Okay, so audience, pay attention. Nicholas Hezekiah Goodman has an urban legend that I was not aware of until like he addressed it in the group chat like 3 months ago. So the floor is yours.
Okay. This is real. This is a real thing. This isn't fake. It's not like the Pop Rocks and Coke. This is real. But I don't even remember where I heard about it. I don't remember who told me about it. I feel like somebody maybe brought it up, and then I looked it up, and like when I looked it up, I was like shocked at how accurate it was. But the BillyBobThornton curse. It is a curse upon actors. And it's not, if we're being honest. Like let's get it out of the way. Like it's not actually real. BillyBobThornton's a great actor.
It's just eerie coincidence.
Yeah, we love Billy Bob. And it's probably just more a testament to how many things he's in.
Are
like
you
we could
fucking
probably
with me?
do the Kevin Bacon curse or the Rob Lowe curse, like these guys who were in 1,000 things. Like we could probably do that.
All those poor contestants on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, what if they like that show The Floor? Like, what if they just killed everybody?
Yeah, there's not really a floor. You all die.
It just melt into the floor. Anyway,
I watched an episode. It's solid.
Yeah, it's fine. But anyway, going back, I go back 30 years since he's been like in notable things, and he has a strange track record of starring in films with actors who go on to die at young ages, or just they die like before, like young, like before their time.
Damn, his first movie. I already found one.
What's his first movie?
Hunter's Blood.
Hunter's Blood.
The top billed guy, Sam Bottoms, died in 2008 at 53.
Not Sam Bottoms. I went back 30 years because like he was like a supporting guy, like super supporting guy for a long time. Like I guess.
What are we talking? Tombstone?
Overboard. Yeah, I started at Tombstone.
There's like 3 in there.
Yep. Yeah. Because like Bill Powers Booth, Bill Patterson. I wrote down Powers Booth died at 68. Bill Paxton died at 61. I'm including anybody who died before 70, which I don't think 70s is still to me like too young to just die.
Sorry, Charlton Heston.
That's what's it. Like anybody though pre-70s. I almost did like pre-80s or like pre-75, but then I'm like, well, you can get sick at 70 and
life expectancy is in the 70s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And to me that's wrong. I'm like, oh, it's not. But anyway. And then you got Sling Blade, which was kind of his big breakout, like as movie star. He wrote it, acted in it. Tremendous. J.T. Walsh is in Sling Blade. He died at 54. John Ritter is also in Sling Blade. Also died at 54. And there's a lot of things like that, like where there's multiple people, which to me is really weird. Like you could be in a movie with J.T. Walsh if you're an actor in the 90s. Like, yeah, for sure.
Breakdown. Pleasantville.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was thinking that he was in Miracle on 34th Street, the remake. He was the dickhead lawyer. He was really good.
That strikes.
But anyway, he was in the movie The Apostle in 1997 with Robert Duvall. Farrah Fawcett was in The Apostle. She died at 62. I thought she was younger than that when she died. She died 15 years ago. She died the same day as Michael Jackson.
Dang.
Yeah, very sad. He was not in a movie with Michael Jackson. My gosh. After that, he did A Simple Plan in 1998. Also starred Bill Paxton. And I didn't even dig super deep. I didn't, there could be extras or supporting actors and things like that I didn't know, that I didn't check. This could run deeper than just what I'm doing. After that, or around that same time, he did Armageddon, which starred Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah, he did.
Who died at 54. He should still be here. But Billy Bob took him from him. Then this is weird. 2001, did Monsters Ball with Halle Berry. Really good movie, really disturbing movie. I remember watching it on Cinemax. Just being disturbed by it. I was like, wow.
You were watching it for that part.
I was watching it, yeah. I was like, oh, if they're playing this, it must be something. Heath Ledger was in Monsters Ball. Gives a really great performance. He also died at 28. Died. Now, I knew that for a long time. I was like, that's pretty weird. Heath Ledger was, really doing his thing in the early 2000s. But Coroni Calhoun, I'm going to assume that's how you pronounce the name. He played Halle Berry's son in that movie. If you recall, he was chubby. He died in the movie. He died in real life. He died at 30.
Damn.
Recently, within the last couple of years. 30 years old. I don't know how he
hasn't seen Billy Bob Thornton since 2000.
That's all it took. That's all it took was the curse. And I don't want to be disrespectful to any of these people. This is not the point of this. It's just very odd. What are the chances? In 2001, also, he did The Man Who Wasn't There.
Gandolfini.
Coen Brothers. James Gandolfini was in The Man Who Wasn't There. He died at 50. I remember thinking he was older. When he died, I was like, he was 50? Again, should still be here. It makes no sense. It hasn't made sense in 10 years. What, what is what? Also, John Polito was in The Man.
Just looking at him.
Yeah. He was only 65 when he died. The guy used to be in everything. I always think of him in The Crow.
Don't get Rocket riled up.
I'm begging you, man. I'm begging you. He's like, each one of these is a life that you destroyed. Anyway. This is the weirdest one to me. This was the one that when I saw, I was like, okay, that I'm convinced this might be real. In 2002, he did a movie called Waking Up in Reno. It starred Patrick Swayze, who died at 57. Charlize Theron was also in it. She's alive. It also starred Natasha Richardson, who was wonderful. She was great. She died at 45.
And wasn't Natasha? Wasn't that Liam Neeson's wife?
Liam Neeson's wife. Right around when Taken came out and was really blowing up. She died from a skiing accident. Not even, it was she hit her head while skiing and was like, ow, damn, and like went back to her hotel room to like take a nap and didn't wake up. Billy Bob got her. That was the one, like, I saw that, like, I was working, I want to say, like, I was working somewhere, or maybe I was, like, at a Walmart, and it was, like, in the bin or something, I saw it, I was like, oh my god, like, that's so weird. But then he did back-to-back ones, because he did Bad Santa in 2003, which again starred John Ritter, also Bernie Mac.
Bernie
Who
Mac.
died at 50. Mm-hmm. So at this point in his career, he's like wiping out entire casts of movies. Also in 2003, we mentioned this earlier, like last month. We all watched Love Actually, and Eric was like, "I've never seen Love Actually. Did he get anybody in Love Actually?"
Actually,
I was like, "He sure as hell did." Alan Rickman died at 69, which again, he's older than I thought he was. Like when he died, I was like, he was 69. Still too young to die.
yeah.
Still too young to just be gone from this earth. And Billy Bob Thornton's not even billed in that movie. He's barely in it. It's a cameo.
It's just the president.
That long cast of people, and it was enough. He took one with him.
He was trying to steal Hugh Grant's girl.
Which I get. Like, everybody's always like, what a pig. And I'm like, look. She's really hot.
Agreed.
In 2004, he did Friday Night Lights. Really good, solid football movie. And it's almost like an indie movie. Like, when you look at it, it's mostly like young, up-and-coming actors, you know. He's kind of like the biggest star in that. But Lee Thompson Young played one of the football players in Friday Night Lights. He was also the famous Jet Jackson on the Disney Channel, if anybody remembers that. He died at 29. He died at 29. Within the last, like, decade or so, I want to say.
2013.
2013. There we go.
Or so covers.
Yeah.
29. And a lot of those actors in that movie have, like, gone on to, you had, like, Derek Luke. What's his name?
Jay Hernandez.
And
Lucas Black.
Jay Hernandez, yeah. Lucas Black, who was also in Sling Blade. I feel like he's next.
Damn.
I feel like he needs to count his days.
Oh, man.
He did two. He did two with him.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other who are like, I love Billy Bob.
Are we counting Bruce Willis?
He's not.
Bruce Willis is alive.
Bruce Willis is alive, but he's
I wanted to say that, like, when we were doing the chat.
got a bad health condition. Yep. He co-starred Armageddon and Bandits.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've ever seen The Astronaut Farmer,
I have not.
With Billy Bob Thornton, Bruce Willis has like a lengthy cameo in The Astronaut Farmer. I feel like they're good buddies. I didn't want to say that out of respect for Bruce Willis.
Sorry, Bruce.
And I know that's the whole thing. But I will be saying, like, trust. Like, if that happens, and I pray it doesn't. I don't see it happening.
Big trust.
Soon, but trust that I will be like Billy Bob did this.
Got him.
In 2005, he did a movie called Crystal, which I'm not familiar with an actress named Lisa Blount, who I guess had a lead role. She died at 53. I think that's like one of his smaller movies, like his street credit movies.
So weird.
Also in 2005, he did the Bad News Bears remake. Funny. Not as good as the original. Not as, like, biting, like, sharp as the original.
Capitalizing off the Bad Santa grumpy guy.
Santa.
Yeah.
He had, like, a run for a couple years where it was just doing that kind of role. Mr. Woodcock.
Yeah.
Sammy Kane Kraft played his daughter in the Bad News Bears. She was really good. She was very funny. She died at 20 in a car accident. 20. Whole life ahead of her. She was a baby. But he got her. But they got him. What do you mean they got him? 2006, another one of those kind of like rules. He did School for Scoundrels. Also starred Michael Clark Duncan. Again. That's all it took. He died at 54. There are a lot of people in that movie. When you go back and look, like a lot of actors. It's like,
yeah,
he's gonna get you. This is weird. I didn't even know this. We're coming to the end. Actually, I did this too fast, but it's okay. It's a lot to talk about. Movie Eagle Eye.
Mm-hmm.
Thornton is not the lead in Eagle Eye.
Shia LaBeouf's career.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf. He killed. Well, that was a thing. So I've known about this for a long time because I can remember that. Remember when Shia LaBeouf was like in a really like bad car accident? It was like in the news. It was around that same time, like 2008, 9. And it was a whole thing. Like, he's such a bad boy. Probably drinking. It was a whole thing. But I remember it being attributed to the Billy Bob Thornton curse. So this was a thing that I was reading like at least 15 years ago.
Damn.
But no, not Shia LaBeouf or what's her name? Monahan, or I think what's her name is in that movie.
Michelle Monaghan.
A young Cameron Boyce played a child in Eagle Eye. You may know him from the Grown Ups movies. He was in the Disney.
Oh, Nick froze.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, Nick froze.
Sudden thing. So he's back. But I know what it was.
His videos still froze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we didn't have... You got to repeat all of that. We didn't hear none of it. Oh, dude, on wax. This is so great.
He was on a roll, too.
Yeah, he was going. Looking at Eagle Eye. I mean, Eagle Eye has a stacked-ass cast. Michelle Monaghan, Julianne Moore, Michael Chiklis, Anthony Mackie, Ethan Embry.
Rosario Dawson, yeah.
I don't know. At least, I don't even know where to go. I don't know everybody has passed away in all these movies to try to fill the air until he comes back.
It's wild to me because the way I see it is, if I even know anything about this and I'm an actor, and they're like, yeah, you're casted with Billy, I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, hard pass.
I'm good. I'm a big fan of Billy Bob, but something just came up. I gotta bounce.
Man, it looks like Mr. Woodcock might be clean. Pause.
This is that. To be honest with you, though, so far that's pretty creepy.
That's eerie as fuck, right?
That's creepy because I mean, it's not like, hey, people die that you work with, but it's like time goes on, like many years, and they're like in their 70s, 80s, things like that. Hey, life is life.
Yeah.
But to find out, like, there's about already 4 people in their 20s that passed away. Like Cameron Boyce, you know, Jackson, Heath Ledger, and the girl from the Bad News Bears. That's already 4 right there. 2 of them that were 20 years old on the dot.
Yeah, that's fucking eerie.
That's eerie.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
So yeah, we lost you when you were talking about Cameron Boyce.
Oh
yeah.
See, I kept moving. Like mine was fine. Oh, there you are.
All right.
You can fix it because
absolutely not.
You fix it because it'll be fine. But he started with a young Cameron Boyce. It was weird. Yeah, it was like sudden. It was like a health issue.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, oh, this was a shock to us all. Not to me. So that kid's filmography is short. But it was enough. This was weird also. See, I was like, there were movies that I don't even know. Like in 2008, I guess it released in 2008. I imagine it was filmed before then. He did a movie called The Informers. Don't remember The Informers, but it starred Brad Renfro, who died at 25.
There's another one.
No, a young, a budding talent. Really good little actor when he was younger. And when he was older, it's not like he become a bad actor. He was very good, but he had struggled. But what ultimately got him was starring in The Informers in 2008 with Billy Bob Thornton. I only got a couple more, but
never heard of that shit.
They're recent. In 2012, he did a movie called Jane Mansfield's Car. He may have directed the movie. For some reason, that's in my head.
He did.
Like an ensemble cast. Mostly like character actors. But it did star Ray Stevenson, who died at 58 very recently. I think what kicked off this whole conversation,
with
anytime
us,
somebody dies unexpectedly.
What kicked it off with us, or what kicked it off in like cinephile talk?
Us. Yeah, like with us talking, and it was like, wait, what? But I always say it's like somebody dies like unexpectedly, and I'm like, did Billy Bob do this? In 2012, also, he was in a movie called The Baytown Outlaws, which I don't think he was the lead, but he was in it.
He's pretty big on that poster.
Yeah, but you know who else was in it? Andre Brower, who died very recently.
Nobody's safe.
Was in The Baytown Outlaws. He was 62 again. Why would Billy Bob do this? Why doesn't he just retire? I think he enjoys it. I think you saw how weird he was. Like, remember when he was with like Angelina Jolie and like that little era? Like, y'all know how weird he was.
When they had like blood on each other's.
Yeah.
Nope.
Not were they in a movie together ever?
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie?
Was it like a super obvious one? Am I like thinking? Am I missing it?
Let me find out.
Oh. Are we going to lose Angelina? I don't think so. I think they did the blood ritual thing to protect her from the curse. They like laid her down on the floor and did the whole like, do it. Like they like lit candles. And they were like, you are hereby saved from the curse. You won't be in waking up in Reno. I'll cast someone else.
This is super foolish.
Pushing 10. They did the movie Pushing 10.
Pushing 10. Ooh, I feel like I looked. I was like, was anybody in that movie dead?
Pushing 10.
I don't think so. I did a lot of investigative journalism for this episode.
They did do a movie together. I did not know that.
Yeah. Kate Blanchett was in Pushing 10. She's alive.
She's done 2 or 3 movies with him too.
Yeah, she was in Bandits. Ooh. Yeah, a lot of like character actors and supporting players. They could be dead.
Looks like
Jake Weber's alive.
The cast of On Deadly Ground is safe.
Yeah. He was on Fargo, wasn't he?
I think everybody from season 1 of Fargo is in the clear too.
But anybody from later seasons?
It's an anthology.
It's an affliction.
Yeah. It's an anthology show. You think there's going to be Billy Bob Thornton ripples?
Yes.
Yes. Powers Booth was in U-Turn.
There's a lot of people on Fargo.
Yeah.
I guess I need to watch Fargo.
Fargo is amazing.
Yeah.
I haven't started the most recent season, but Fargo is amazing.
I gotta watch it before these people die. It's coming. Dave Foley's on Fargo?
Sure. Oh, yeah. You betcha, yeah.
No, well, you betcha.
The Thin
None
Red
of
Line
these
that just
people are
turned
dead.
25.
None of these people are dead yet.
Nobody's passed from the Thin Red Line.
Oh, probably. There's got to be somebody.
It doesn't look like
Everybody was in the Thin Red Line.
it. I know.
He was in that. I forget who was in that movie. Like, there's so many people.
Like
Who was
every
it that was in
popular
the Thin
male
Red Line
actor.
that was supposed to be the lead, like, and then all their shit got cut? Was it Jared Leto? I don't think so. Let's look. The Thin Red Line. Jim Caviezel. I don't think so. That's weird to have a huge ensemble cast and it didn't hit anybody.
Right?
It's coming. Was he on other TV shows? I don't think I looked at TV shows.
I think Fargo's probably the
like
most
a movie
prominent
guy.
when he's done. Lucas Black
in
was
some-
also in All the Pretty Horses.
He's done, dude. He's so toast.
He's rolling the dice. He's tempting fate.
Yeah,
That's what
he
he's
is
doing.
out of his fucking days because that's way too much.
Too much Thornton.
Yeah, he was on a show called Goliath on Prime.
Oh, that's right.
Second billed actor, William Hurt, who was 71 when he died. So that sort of breaks the rule, but like I think we all agree that was like a surprise. That was still like too young. It was like, what? William Hurt?
Edward Herman, Intolerable Cruelty.
Yeah. Was he?
What
like
year
70?
we in right now? What year we in?
I'm just surfing around looking at different movies.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at TV shows. I didn't look at TV shows. I did movies. Yeah, Goliath. He did for a couple seasons, but it was enough to kill William Hurt. That's fucked. Like,
Well, if we're going by the rules before 70, I do want to say an honorable mention. He was 71, but it was Ken Howard. He played Judge Warren in the movie The Judge. So he doesn't count, but it's an honorable mention.
I was just looking at the judge. Was he a real
Ken
judge?
Howard.
Oh no, this is
he was the judge in the judge.
He was the judge.
Yeah.
Technically, Robert Duvall was the judge.
He was the judge. Robert
He was
Duvall.
the judge.
Yeah, Robert Duvall's worked with him a lot too.
He's old, so
Yeah,
he's a good counterpoint. Like
90-ish. Yeah,
he might be in on it. I think. Like,
there's a few
he's
actors.
such
There's a few actors that have made it to old age that have worked with him. Like I think Michael Caine was in On Deadly Ground.
Yeah. On Deadly Ground. He was on 1883. He was on 1883. Anybody die from that show yet?
Anthony Mackie's worked with him more than once.
Don't do it.
Like, you look at like these people like Chadwick Boseman, and I was like, did he work with BillyBobThornton even once? That's all it takes. But I don't think he did.
Martin Freeman was in Fargo and Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
That's my guy right there.
That's Bilbo. He did a lot of voice work. He played Cat Dog's father in 2 episodes of Cat Dog.
Nice.
I didn't know that.
Did he get anybody from Bad Santa 2? Not yet.
It was funny. I don't care what anyone says. He's on The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
Played Dr. Oliver Lorvis. Then the show got canceled.
He killed the whole franchise.
He killed the biggest show on TV. There got to be somebody from Fargo.
All right, keep looking. We're going to take that 30-minute break. and then come back and just chop it up over how creepy all of this is. Now what, fool?
That's it. That's the whole curse. I didn't look at TV shows though. Like that's a sign I don't. That could run deeper. It could run. We may have lost like a lot of like character actors or background actors that we don't even know. J.T. Walsh was in the Sling Blade, like the original short film that he did. So like that is what killed him. Like it has to be.
Double down.
Yeah. Also, Molly Ringwald was in it.
Protector.
Count your fucking days, Molly.
Man, rough.
What is south of heaven, west of hell?
I swear I'm looking at all these like little indie things and
Same here.
I've never heard of this. But it did star Paul Rubens.
there you go.
Mm-mm.
He died. He was 70. But I think we all agree that.
It's right there on the bubble.
Also starred Michael Jeter. Remember Michael Jeter? He used to be in everything. He was in The Green Mile. He was the bad guy in Air Bud.
I remember the name. Not Air Bud.
50. He was 50 when he died. Fuck. I didn't look at this movie. I don't know this movie. It's directed by Dwight Yoakam. An American Western film starring Dwight Yoakam.
That tracks.
Also co-wrote, directed, and scored the film. Dwight Yoakam was also in Sling Blade.
Yeah, he was.
Dwight.
What about like
Fucking days, Dwight.
what about like the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon chain? Who's passed
That's what
away?
I'm saying, like,
Who's passed away because they were in movies with somebody who was in a movie with Billy Bob Thornton?
that's yeah,
That could be endless, right?
everybody.
That's
So I'm saying, like, if you dig deep enough, like I'm sure, like I said, Kevin Bacon probably has some kind of curse. Rob Lowe is in like every TV show. He's probably killed people.
Wait, I got another one. I got another one.
Yeah.
Daddy and Them, directed by and starring Billy Bob Thornton, Kelly Preston.
Oof.
Came out in 01.
I feel like I looked at this and I missed that. Damn.
What's the name of the movie?
And Jim Varney.
Daddy and Them.
Jim Varney was in that shit too.
Barney. Yeah. He was not old. Ben Affleck? What the fuck is this movie?
What year was that at?
It came out in 01. So
doesn't want
Jim
American
Varney
comedy drama.
might have passed like on set.
Yeah. In his final film appearance before his death in February 2000. Andy Griffith's also in it, but he was relatively old when he died. John Prine was also in that movie. He's a country singer. He was 73. He was a prolific country singer, but he died during COVID.
Damn, does this one like take the record?
Damn.
So, bro, I don't care what you say. I understand you can connect the dots up, but this is way too many people.
Right?
It's a lot. Like, it's like,
Way too many. Like, okay, I'm looking at his filmography. It says he was out of 337 titles, which is TV shows, like late night shows, appearances. He's acted in 99 movies. And I think he's killed over 99 people.
that's what I'm saying. That's a trail of blood.
That's a lot.
That
This needs to be like a subsection on his Wikipedia page.
we need to make an episode of Fargo about this. Or just like a season of Fargo with them investigating it. But trying not to die from being in it.
God, 1, 2.
Why don't I
3,
remember
4.
like Whiskey Tango Foxtrot? I feel like I watched that.
He's been
like-
married 6 times. Are any of these chicks
Remember,
that
like,
dead?
Margot Robbie?
Protector.
Like, let's take a person like, and he passed away a couple of years. I think, when did he pass away? Like in 2015. Yeah, about 8 years ago. 9 was 9. Christopher Lee. He's in Lord of the Rings. He was in everything. He passed away at 93, and he was he acted in 288 things. And
Yeah.
I mean, now granted, you could probably follow him? Yes, because people who passed away, he passed away at 93, and you know you can have people that you work with that do pass away, you know, because of old age and all that. But I'm already going on two hands. People of 20 years or younger, or at least under 30 or younger, that have passed away. Now that's eerie. But then to continue. I mean, this guy, Christopher Lee, 288 things he's been. I mean, we could probably do a thing on him too. Yeah, this person. But look at the ages. Yeah, no. If I'm in a movie, if I'm an actor, and I'm a prime actor, A-lister, and they're like, yeah, you casted Billy Bob.
There's
I'm
no
like,
way.
I got something coming up. I'm out.
I'm like, cast me. Let me come back to this movie when I'm 70. Like, if y'all
Yeah.
are still making this, I'll do it. I'll be like, dude, Billy Bob will be alive. I'll be like, well, then I will have ended the curse.
Man, that's that. I mean, like I said, coincidence is one thing. But man,
This is
that's-
murder.
this is beyond coincidence. Like it's just, or it's just bad luck.
Yeah. I mean, he was in a movie called Into the Grizzly Maze. It's like a straight to video, like one of those horror movies. But there's a lot of people in it. James Marsden, Thomas Jane, Piper Perabo. But the bear is dead. Bart the Bear's child. Remember Bart the Bear was like the Hollywood bear?
Semi-pro.
This was Bart the Bear 2. He died at 21.
It really says Bart the Bear too.
Yeah. It's like in the cast. It's like Bart the Bear 2 as Red Machine the Bear. He died. He was on Game of Thrones.
There's
And
another.
most recently, Into the Grizzly Maze. That's what it says.
There's another life in its 20s.
That's what it says. It's like he was in We Bought a Zoo, Into the Wild, Evan Almighty, Game of Thrones, and most recently, Into the Grizzly Maze. That's like, there it is. He survived Game of Thrones. He survived Matt Damon buying the zoo.
I think he had more filmography than Cameron Boyce did, though.
That's fucked up, Rocket. But it's true. Like I said, that poor kid, man. He didn't even get his shot at 20.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
Man, I was shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I was
like,
shocked.
I looked at his filmography and I was like, there it is. That's enough. Grown up.
Now he's an animal killer too. So
He's a killer. How many horses do you think have died in all the westerns that he's done? Like 1 million? And I'm not even like, he did a lot of voice work.
yeah,
Like, is he killing these voice actors? Let's see. Because he did voice in Princess Mononoke.
I didn't see anybody on that one.
Everybody's still alive. Billy Crudup, Claire Danes, Minnie Driver, Jada Pinkett.
Minnie Driver was just in The Beekeeper. So
Nope.
Yeah, she was. Why? Why was she in that? Like,
Yeah,
she was in like one scene. Anyway,
it was
I enjoyed
useless.
it.
yeah,
I looked at all of these, like Cut Bank. It's like a small movie. A24 though. But I remember it coming out. It was like Liam Hemsworth, Malkovich.
It's automatically prestige.
Mm-hmm.
A24. Don't cream your pants.
Nobody dead from that movie. Teresa Palmer. She's still alive. For now. Oliver Platt. John Malkovich. Anybody dead from Entourage? He was in the Entourage movie.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody in that either.
same.
He killed the box office of the movie.
It's chill. That shit was still good.
We have a lot of fun here. We have a lot of
Not on this
No.
episode. This episode is gloomy as shit.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
This was your idea.
Hey, if you
This was your
didn't
idea.
address it,
I'm just drilling. I'm just hammering it home.
if you didn't put it on the floor, I wouldn't have wanted to put it on wax. It's still your fault.
I'm just hammering it in. I want the people to understand that this is a crisis. He's in a lot of movies that I don't know. Like London Fields came out in 2018. It stars
Yeah.
Amber Heard, Jim Sturgis, Theo James, Jason Isaacs, Cara Delevingne, Jamie Alexander, and Johnny Depp in an uncredited cameo. And Gemma Chan. I've never heard of that movie in my life until this moment.
Sounds like I'm about to.
Or I guess the other day when I was like looking this up. They're all alive for now, but he might have, started that Amber Johnny shit.
He's done a lot of shit with Oliver Platt too.
Yeah, Oliver Platt.
Yeah.
His days are numbered.
I haven't seen Oliver Platt in a movie in a minute.
He was on The Bear. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Like, he's on Chicago. I think it's like Med. And like my mom watches all that shows, and she was like, I love he's so good, and he's just like phoning it in every week. And I'm like, why are you watching? It's like Marvel. Like you have to watch Med so you can watch PD or whatever. She likes PD. But anyway, he was on The Bear and he was great. I was like, he's great on The Bear. I feel like he's just phoning it in for the Chicago paycheck so he can go do real stuff.
He didn't win no award though.
No. But he's doing all the work that he can do before he dies. All the shit he's done with Billy Bob Thornton. Let's see. Nope, nobody in this movie. A Million Little Pieces. Nobody watched that movie, but it was that popular book. Aaron Taylor Johnson. TikTok.
His original
TikTok,
last
Aaron.
name died.
I think the most recent thing I've seen Billy Bob in was The Gray Man.
Yeah.
Yep, same.
He's worked
Ryan
with,
Gosling's in that mother.
he's worked with both Captain Americas.
A lot of people in The Gray Man. A lot of people in The Gray Man. A lot of dead motherfuckers.
Got another one. Blood In, Blood Out. Theodore Wilson, 47.
Who the hell is Theodore Wilson?
He played Wallace in Blood In, Blood Out.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie.
Who the hell is Blood In, Blood Out?
Nick
Blood
is
In, Blood
not
Out.
from the hood.
Yep.
Nick is not from the hoods of East LA.
It's they changed it to
Neither
it's Blood
am
In, Blood Out, but it's like what is it? Bound by
I. Bound by Honor.
Whatever that's called.
Yeah, also known as Bound by Honor and Blood In, Blood Out, Bound by Honor.
Benjamin Bratt's in this movie. I used to watch this movie all the time.
I remember that. I've seen that poster. I've not seen that movie. Danny Trejo is in that movie. He's still alive.
He's a
Big Ranch
survivor.
is still alive. Thomas F. Wilson. Biff. You see, it's like if it's a name that I don't immediately recognize, I don't necessarily click on it.
Got another one.
Tom Towles. Was that who you just said?
Who?
Tom Towles?
No.
Oh yeah, he was in Blood In, Blood Out. He was Rocket. Have you ever seen House of a Thousand Corpses?
Yes.
You know, like the sheriff who goes to the house, like that guy. He was in Blood In, Blood Out. He died at 65. I remember when he died. Or he was in.
There's a movie called Ghost Brigade.
Yeah, he was in House of a Thousand. He wasn't in The Devil's Rejects, was he? He was the House of a Thousand. Anyway.
Ghost Brigade, which also goes by Grey Knight. Alexis Arquette.
Ooh. Where's that one?
93.
Ghost Brigade. is an American supernatural horror film. It looks like a Civil War horror film based on the poster.
Matt LeBlanc was in it too. There's a ripple effect.
Ooh. David Arquette was also in it.
Yes, he was.
I saw him die in a movie.
By
Antonio Sabato Jr. Everyone else is still alive. For now.
Maybe Billy Bob has investments in like funeral homes, man. Because shit, he's kept that industry going.
There's got to be something. There's got to be something to it.
One false move, Bill Paxton starred in that.
Anybody from Dead Man?
Jim George Schmoosh.
Yeah. Where it's like, Robert Mitchum was in Dead Man. Now, he wasn't young when he died.
John Hurt.
It's still weird to just die.
Alfred Molina has been in a lot of movies with him too.
Yeah, all these people are still alive for the time being.
This episode is gonna have like the most dead air of any episode ever because we're all like researching all at the same time.
It's okay. It's enticing. People are like, who else? Who else? Who? Fucking hell.
He has worked with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard though, so he kind of killed their relationship.
Johnny Depp, yeah. Lots of movies, like, here's a movie called Homegrown. I've never seen Homegrown.
I feel like I was looking at that earlier.
I don't feel like I missed anything, but it's like so many people are in the movie.
Yeah. Directed by Jake Gyllenhaal's dad.
London Fields? Man, this got Amber Heard, Jason Isaac, Cara Delevingne, Gemma Chan, Theo James, Jamie Alexander, Jim Sturgis. Somebody's about.
It was 2018.
Rocket's just doing that thing he did last episode where he wasn't paying attention when we were talking, so he repeated what we were saying.
It's okay. I was like, here's Homegrown. I've never seen Homegrown. Nobody really talks about this. BillyBobThornton, Hank Azaria, Kelly Lynch, John Bon Jovi, Ryan Phillippe, John Lithgow, Jamie Lee Curtis, Ted Danson, Judge Reinhold, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Steve Carell as party extra with funny pants. That is his character. All alive.
For now.
For the time being.
Straight up.
Until they are dead. At which time I will blame BillyBobThornton. And like, I'll see people and I'm like, oh, he's dead. And I'm like, well, he was older than I remember.
But you got to remember, like, if they do pass away in their 70s, how long were they fighting the curse? They might have been in battle.
Like, I almost included 70s just because, like, that's still too young to me to just be gone.
Yeah. This is definitely what the Final Destination reboot should be.
Yeah, like, you'll still have people that die in their 70s, and it's still, like, very unexpected. Like, Treat Williams died last year.
That was sad.
He was, like, 70. Sad. I was so bummed out. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
When I found that, I used to follow him, Treat Williams, and when I found that,
like,
I was
stalk?
like, what?
I used to walk behind Treat Williams.
Like, how close was this following? Let's put this in a pre-social media context. How close were you following him?
I followed him on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now.
It's Twitter.
But no, that was like, I love Treat Williams, man, and like when he got in a bike accident,
was in U-Turn.
That movie's
a lot of people in U-Turn.
Yeah, Sean Penn, Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez, 4 kids, and I gotta take all they little badasses to showbiz. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And
gone.
we lost Nick again. Nick needs to pay his fucking internet.
I don't know what's going on.
Your internet
Billy Bob is
sucks.
listening in and killing the feed. It's like that.
What is this?
Hey, I got one. Sort of.
Oh,
The movie U-Turn. Brent Briscoe. You look him up, you'll know him immediately. He was like character actor. He was in everything. He's in The Dark Knight Rises.
oh, man.
That narrows it down.
He was the Spider-Man 2 guy who brought in the Spider-Man suit. I'd get more for that on eBay.
Oh, okay.
He died at 56. 2017. He was in a ton of things. It says best known for his role as JJ on Parks and Recreation. That's not true.
Well,
I think of him in that movie Double Take that no one ever talks about with Eddie Griffin.
yes.
I used to love Double Take. He's in
Hell yeah. You ain't representing. You ain't keeping it real.
Also,
Slits Mo.
not only Brett Briscoe, but Bo Hopkins also in that movie passed away. But, sorry, I'll take it back.
He was 84.
Yeah, so I'm looking at
count.
this movie,
Still not,
For the Boys.
not cool.
James Caan and George Segal, but they were both up there.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, it's still odd. I remember like George Segal, like it was like, wait, huh? James Caan even. Like I was like, was he sick? Like just because he's old? I was saying that I think when you were gone, like I was saying like when Christopher Plummer died. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? He's in stuff all the time. Just because he's like 90,
Yeah.
you just die? Like that's not true. And then I was right. Like it turned out like he had like a fall or something. It was like complications from something else. And I was like, see, he was kicking.
Kareem
He was on, like,
Abdul-Jabbar,
a
old
show.
ass, was just at a concert and fell and is okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lie, though, man.
Burt Young
In
was in
98
Going Overboard.
In 98, though, he set that curse on fire because Primary Colors, I know he passed away, was 81, but Larry Hagman died. Then you have people in Homegrown. Then you have people in Armageddon. Then you have a simple play. I mean, 98 was the killing year for setting that curse on fire for Billy Bob.
I remember Larry Hagman. Like he was probably kind of old, but like they had.
He was 81 when he passed away.
They had just rebooted Dallas. Like it was like they did it. Like wasn't he on it? And I just remember him dying. I was like, wait, no, what the fuck? You don't just die. Now we know.
I did the math. The Primary Colors, Hagman was 67. Mm-hmm. He died at 81. Was he fighting the curse for 14 years? We don't know. We'll never know.
Like, how we know? So just because you're 81, you don't just kick it. I'm a firm believer in that. It was like they died of old age. I'm like, that's not real. You died of something. Like you died from complications of old age. You don't just die because you're old.
You died because of a co-star you worked with.
BillyBobThornton kills you. Going Overboard. Yeah, I didn't do that because I was like, I've watched that movie maybe once in my life, maybe twice, and it's really bad. It's not a good.
Adam Sandler's first movie to me is Airheads.
Yeah, which is a great movie.
Indeed.
It really isn't, but like it's the level of
I love
betterness between that and Going Overboard is crazy. He's in a movie with Wayne Newton.
Damn.
Seems like he's in a movie with everybody.
Yeah.
That's what I think of now as you watch a Bad Moms Christmas. That's like, she's like, girl was saying you want to go to Vegas to watch Wayne Newton before he dies, and she says it like 3 times. James Caan was also in this movie. It's called The Dark Backyard. It came out in 1991. Stars Bill Paxton, Judd Nelson, and Wayne Newton. And James Caan. He killed all of them.
I'm going to hell for laughing.
Nelson, don't laugh. You're laughing? the made-up thing killed somebody, and you're laughing.
Oh man.
Tony Cox was also in this movie. He did more than one movie with Tony Cox. Like, did another movie before Bad Santa with Tony Cox. That's kind of funny. I don't know why it's funny. Why is it funny? It's just funny. Do you think they knew each other prior to
Oh,
Bad
yeah.
Santa?
Oh, for sure. Ah. Son of a bitch.
I'm here. I'm here.
Everybody from his Harley Quinn episode seems to be safe.
Yeah.
He did a movie with Brian Dennehy,
Mm.
who was
How old
81
Brian
when he
Dennehy?
died. He was 81, but I still remember being like surprised
Same.
because he never aged. He was like the same age my entire life. Like, he was in First Blood,
Yeah.
and then he was in like Tommy Boy. He was in a lot of things between those two movies, but it was just like he was always just kind of the same age.
Like Steve Martin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's another example of that I had recently that I was talking about, but
Wait, you talk about movies with more people than just us?
I think I just do it in my head. I would say like, yeah, I was talking about that the other day, and it's just, no, you weren't. You were having a whole discussion in your head. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Where we at?
He did a mockumentary film in 1997 where he played himself. It was called Burn, Hollywood, Burn.
There you go.
The first two people on the cast list are Ryan O'Neal and Coolio.
Damn.
That's pretty weird. Ryan O'Neal was not young. It was still weird that he died.
Mm-hmm.
Coolio. Burn, Hollywood, Burn was universally panned by critics and tanked at the box office.
How old was Coolio?
Coolio was like, he was 59. Richard Jenney was also in this movie. He died at 49. That was sad. I remember that happened. Harvey Weinstein is in this movie.
Richard Jenney was in The Mask. That's
yeah,
where
Richard
I know
Jenney was a funny guy. There's a lot of cameos. Cameos. They played themselves.
It
Larry
counts.
King. Larry King was pretty old. Larry King was 87.
Him just agreeing to cameo
90.
took out Coolio.
Yeah. Robert Evans, he was 89. I don't really remember this movie. I remember the name of this movie. Harvey Weinstein is in the movie. He plays Sam Rizzo. The motherfucker's still alive. Like, how many times do you think he met Billy Bob Thornton? Probably a lot.
Yeah.
I stayed away.
That motherfucker's still alive. It's like you took Richard Jenney and you left us with that fucking guy. That might be it, but that's a lot of people from one movie.
Hell
like
yeah.
Coolio, that's weird. Like, he did a movie with Coolio.
And
Coolio in the mid to late 90s, like Coolio was trying to get his acting on, and it cost him.
Daredevil. Just remember seeing the Daredevil trailer in the theater before Like Mike, and Coolio was in the trailer.
mm-hmm.
He's sitting in like the orange jumpsuit. Then he wasn't in the movie.
He's in the director's cut.
He's in the director's cut, which is actually really good.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yeah. I think the regular movie's good. I'm a piece of shit. Levity. What is Levity? Again, another movie that I'm like, I don't know this movie.
Never
about
heard of
Morgan Freeman, Holly Hunter, and Kirsten Dunst. I've seen her name more than once today. She was on Fargo.
Yes, I think she was in Fargo too.
This is like The Ring. Like you start your movie with Billy Bob Thornton, and then you gotta pass it on to somebody. Like you gotta star in something with somebody. We could probably do that. It'd be like the It's Always Sunny thing with like papers on the wall.
That'd be a 10-hour podcast. I am cool on that.
Was in Spider-Man 2 with the guy who brought in the suit, and then he died.
It's true though.
It's not true. The dude from Spider-Man died. The guy who played Robbie Robertson, Bill Nunn.
Bill Nunn.
He's dead. Great actor, great character actor. Radio Raheem.
Yeah.
And to the right. Raheem. He's dead. That's a web. That's a fucking web. That's just an immediate example.
Should we wrap it up? You gotta go soon?
Yeah, I guess. We could, like, it's like we're sitting here just like on our phones and stuff. It's like we could probably do this for a few more hours. All these movies that I've never heard of, and then I'm like, well,
there's a lot that I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
And you click on them, and it's just like full of, here's a movie called The Winner from 1996. The poster looks fake, like it doesn't look real, but it stars Rebecca De Mornay, Vincent D'Onofrio, Delroy Lindo, Michael Madsen, Billy Bob Thornton, and Frank Whaley.
Oh, that's definitely a fake poster.
That looks like nothing to me. It looks like a fake. They're all alive for now, but who knows who they passed it on to?
I've seen Delroy Lindo a few times too.
Delroy Lindo was in The Five Bloods with Chadwick Boseman.
There you go.
Connection.
That's what did it.
We could do a follow-up episode to this, like in a year. We do a part 2, where it's like, who has he fucking killed this year? Who does it web out to?
Well, yeah. Not gonna lie though, that's a long list of people you work with that have passed away.
I'm gonna say again, like disclosure. I don't necessarily. I'm not like a firm believer. I'm not like this is real. For anybody, like in case anybody listens to this, then it's just like, oh, we're gonna sue these guys.
Right.
I'm not saying this is confirmed. It's just a very, very strange, like, if it's coincidence, it's a weird coincidence.
Eerie, yeah.
I'm sure it is. He has a long, prolific filmography. So you're bound to do it.
I would look. Billy Bob is actually listening to this episode.
Yeah.
Mr. Thornton, please retire. Yeah, man. Pretty sure we covered this dude's whole career.
Great career.
Yeah,
Great
he's been in a lot of dope shit.
Yeah.
If y'all listening, watching, y'all got other actors like that, throw them in the comments. I'll be back. I'll wrap up the episode. It's Rec League Podcast, man. Yo, rest mode, let me recharge. Trying to get a verse, kick me 3 large. Gotta pay a fee if you trying to feature these bars. Got drive, but I've only ever had like 3 cars. You always been locked down, only doing what you allowed to. Step by step, I was living single. Now I'm mad about you. Growing pains in this full house. Just remember family matters. Any obstacle in my way, just remember Randy shatters. When I spit a rhyme, it's like when a gun pow. They got no choice but to take their hats off like Kung Lao. My pain, my grain, out here still doing my thing. I press through, trying to have a different kind of mind frame. Motherfuckers who can't put in work, most likely scheming and plotting. I may not say a lot, but I'm always observing and watching. And chill until the next episode.